the Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 139. I am Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co host, Joel.
Yep.
Before we get into the episode, as always, go subscribe to us on YouTube if you have not done so already. Follow us on all of our platforms Instagram, X, TikTok, literally any social media where you could find us, including the audio streaming platforms wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, and the rest of them.
Let them
Um,
know. Let them
yeah.
know.
Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can find us there. Give us a 5-star review if that platform offers that. Uh, give us a review, prefer 5 stars, but you know the deal.
Show some love.
Um, exactly. Show some love. Show some love. People showed us love this past Saturday night when we did the viewing party
Yes, sir.
for Crown Jewel, which we will discuss too. Our thoughts of it and much more that happened within the past 7 days in the world of professional wrestling. Um, so Crown Jewel, we saw at the viewing party. We were there.
Yes,
We were
sir.
talking about it as the show happened, but um, now that it's officially happened, now we're on the road to War Games. We already had Raw. We had a couple days to process it. What were your thoughts on Crown Jewel this past Saturday afternoon?
I thought it was an alright show. It was a cool show. I had fun watching it. It's a couple good matches. The crowd was ass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you can't really ask for much from Saudi, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Main event was cool. Roman won. It was what it was. That's what they needed to do. They needed to do that. Because watching him in that ring against Roman, I was like, I was like, I hope they don't give it to him. Like one of those that was like, if we if they do what we talked about last week, where he loses and he has to work his way back to Roman, I think that would work just fine. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, they made the right choice. Because I don't know how that would have went over with the type of crowd they had.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been like kind of a stale reaction, like, yay,
Yeah,
here, delivered cheers, and then like this okay, as if he won. I don't know. It was
exactly.
kind of weird the reaction, like for most of the matches in general. It was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like I was excited. I would think I was more
Yeah.
excited about the matches more than they were. And I'm
Facts,
like,
because even when Kairi Sane showed up,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
no
When
one
she showed up,
reacted.
yeah, it was like as if, not gonna lie, at first thought it was Dakota Kai
We
when I
both
saw
thought it
her.
was Dakota.
Yeah,
Both thought it was Dakota.
yeah. Then she turned around. I'm like, oh shit, it's Kairi Sane. I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
oh that's cool. Glad that she's back though. That was like one of my favorite things that happened throughout the night was that
Yeah,
she
that
was
was
back.
dope. Big
Yeah.
big question though, coming out of Crown Jewel, Cena. What happens with Cena? Is Cena
Um,
gone because the strike is over? Is Cena was that his last match?
I have a feeling that
And it doesn't matter
he's
about the strike, or what do you
so
think?
I think in my opinion that I think Cena's probably gonna get some type of retirement match lined up in the future, whether it's at Mania, SummerSlam. I think he's gonna call the shots on
It
when he wants to retire.
it would
Like,
make
yeah,
yeah, it would be
he
smart to do at Mania though.
yeah, yeah. But like I'm pretty sure it's like I think I said this last week to where I think he would want to walk out of his career the way he wanted to. Like, yeah, you know, he might want to help out certain superstars and make others look good. But like, and I'm not trying to say it's not a shot of like Solo, but would he want his last match to be against Solo? Maybe. That's probably his ideal. But would he want to go up against like a Randy Orton one more time? Against the Roman one more time? Against, I don't know, somebody else on the roster one more time, like Seth Rollins? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does he see himself walking out against Solo as his last match? Probably not. You know what I mean? He probably would want one more match against somebody more like, you know, maybe like after seeing how Kurt Angle walked out, maybe he would want somebody more reliable that fits his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would make more sense for him. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I'll just say that maybe he'll walk out on his own terms. You know, against somebody he would want to go up against one more time. Because I'm pretty
Or
sure he's gonna have that itch regardless.
you never know. Maybe he was like, I want to go out putting somebody over.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, like, maybe he wanted to put him out, but, like, maybe he will I think he'll probably get that itch to come back one more time to officially put his career to end.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I think Cena has got a lot more other things to worry about than wrestling.
Yeah,
You
that
know
is
what I
true.
mean? I don't know if we're at the top of the list anymore. And that's all right. It's been a couple years. It's been a good couple years. Um, I just say his last match should be at Mania, not more so of his last match being against Solo, but more as I feel like it comes full circle, especially at a WrestleMania 40. If you think about it, first WrestleMania match,
20.
WrestleMania 20,
Yeah,
last one 40. Boom. Close the chapter of John Cena. You had him for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to close that chapter. Love seeing Cena. It's always great seeing Cena. I love Cena.
but we can't see Cena, though. I don't get it. You
This
see
guy,
Cena? Oh, yeah.
this guy's the worst. But but we also don't want him to become a meme. We don't want it to be that
Yeah,
John Cena stood around too long. Kind of like
yeah,
how people did to Undertaker, which is crazy. But the slander on Taker is ridiculous.
yeah,
But I get it. He stood over his welcome, but he's not the only one to do it. It was just he's on a big stage and they were still, I wouldn't say like, because they still believed in him. They still knew
yeah,
that they could call on Cena. But it was like, when like the match that started it all, like the beginning of the end, was the whole Goldberg thing, right? Like people were talking about him and Roman in 33. That was like a lot of people were like, Undertaker looked horrible, da da. But I think that was the point. The point was to show, that was the whole storyline. There's a new dog in the yard. You're the old dog. That was the whole point. So I
yeah,
don't look at 33 as, oh, it was a horrible performance. It just, yeah, it showed he was slow. But that was the point of the storyline. That was the point Roman was trying to make. I'm the new
yeah.
dog in the yard. Like, so it made sense. Then when the Goldberg thing happened, the
Oh God,
slander was
no.
crazy. The
Yeah,
slander was crazy. You know what I mean? Because I see people over here talking shit about Goldberg and Taker, and they complain when it's 90 degrees out and they gotta take the train. Imagine having to wrestle in 100 and whatever degree weather it
yeah,
was, and you're past 50. Talk to me then. You know what I mean? You can't really. It was just a freak accident. That shit happens. It looked like a bad match just because it was.
it
Not
was. Yeah,
gonna not gonna say it was a good match, but again, you put two men in there over 50 in crazy ass heat. What did you expect?
exactly, exactly.
Same thing when him and Kane took on Shawn and
DX.
Triple H. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
that was
I
terrible. That
I
was.
didn't even watch that show. That's how
Yeah.
bad it was. I
Uh,
didn't even watch that shit.
Me
But
neither, man. I don't think.
but like like I was saying, a lot of people started slandering him. We don't want that for Cena. We don't want
Yeah,
Cena to go through that, especially with everything he's done in his career. You know what I mean? Like it would be dope to see him say, "Okay, this is my last match."
yeah.
I don't
I
want to
think. Yeah,
just not see Cena again. That's crazy. Give me a win. Like
exactly.
at least like um recently with Sting, he gave us a heads up. He said, "Hey, that February pay per view,
My last
we're
match.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like at least he's giving us a heads up, um, that this is my last run. I'm about to hit mostly every city before February. So if you want to come see Sting, this is the time to do it."
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
So I would want Cena to do something like that. He don't gotta do a whole run, but if he's like, "Yo, at WrestleMania 40, I'm hanging it up."
yeah.
At least let me know by Royal Rumble.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I wouldn't mind that. You know what I mean? That makes sense. I mean, he's pretty much here and there anyways. Just
Yeah,
hang it up, man.
and you named all these names of Roman, Randy,
Yeah.
um,
Seth.
Seth. I don't want none of them.
Who would you want?
Cena should go out against AJ Styles. I think
Ooh,
that's a
that's a
cool
good name.
match. I think they every time they get in the ring together, they kill it. The first scare of the John Cena like retirement that we had was against AJ. Remember that he took off
Yeah.
at SummerSlam. He took off his wristbands, his armband. Everybody was like, "Yo, what?" Because I remember I was at that SummerSlam. And I was like,
Hold up. What?
did Cena just fucking retire on us?" And then they played the next promo. I was like, hold
Yeah.
up, what just happened? So
uh,
and like I said, they have a big history together. They were two top guys for two different companies. It's a cool way to go out. Like, come on, because I would love it to be Randy. I don't know. Like, yeah, they cleared him. I don't know how good of a match Cena versus Randy will be in 2023. I know everybody wants to see it. I see it all over online, but do we need it?
I I would for a retirement match. They could definitely build it up to be to make me want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think the match they could put on together would probably be. I'm not expecting it to be like a 5-star match, but would it be great for a retirement match? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, regardless of who Cena goes up against at Mania, if that's his retirement match, it's not going to be the match of the night. You know, as long as it's a good match
unless
for his
it's with
retirement.
AJ.
Yeah, that's probably his best bet. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I want it to be a good match, but like, let it. It's not going to be the match of the night. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, but
So I'm not expecting it to
I
be that.
don't.
That.
But still, I don't need it to be one of those things where it's like
Yeah.
the last thing of we see of Cena is too. I hate saying this
Yeah.
about them. They're two older dudes running the road. You know what I mean? They're not like
Yeah.
put them away from each other. Perfect. Together, both in the ring. I don't know how good that's gonna be. Again, they might fucking steal the show. I don't think so.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
they're a little older, man, and they both got nagging injuries. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it would be smart to put someone in there that could kind of distract you from that.
Yeah.
So at least like an AJ, I feel like he's like so fast paced, but could slow it down at moments that you won't really notice Cena's older. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
lot of his matches lately have been slow paced, which most of Cena matches are.
Yeah.
Um, but I have started seeing it on Twitter a little bit with Cena slander. I'm like, all right, maybe it's time Cena hangs it up.
Yeah. I see. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah,
I don't know.
but I think he's gone for a little bit. I think
Yeah, I
now
think
that
for a
this
little bit he should be
I think
gone.
now that the strike is over,
He should be going back.
we really won't see him.
Yeah, we probably won't see him for a while. I
Yeah,
don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's something that I really don't know about his retirement. It's for me, it's like he could say he's retired, but he might come back for one more match, maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know about his retirement. I don't know.
He might do
But
the Taker and just leave the door open and not say nothing. Just
yeah,
come
that's
in
probably
and
what
out
that's
as
probably
he
what he's doing.
pleases.
It's probably what he's doing is leaving the door open. Like I'll be back one more time at
Yeah,
least before I officially done.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think he will. I think he'll be back. But Logan Paul also won the United States Championship. That's something very
We
big.
called. Yeah, we called
Yeah,
this. We knew it was
yeah.
gonna happen.
But people are still mad.
I don't know
People
why.
are still mad. I mean, yeah, me neither. I don't know why. I'm like, I like it. I like it.
I love it.
Me too. I mean, it's best for business. That's what everyone wants, right? It's best for business.
What did he do? He had a whole fucking photo shoot with
Photos.
that shit.
Yeah,
And I saw people reposting it that don't even follow wrestling, but they're Logan Paul fans. I know a big Logan Paul fan. Don't ask me why she is. She's just a big Logan Paul fan, and she's always reposting. So when I saw that photo, I was like, I didn't even see the photos yet. So when I saw her post, I was like, that's weird, and I was like, oh no, I forgot it's Logan Paul.
yeah.
But like I said, you put it on him. People that don't watch wrestling are gonna
Start watching.
start keeping an eye on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Question though:
What's
who do
up?
you think should feud with him first? Now that he's U.S. champ, other than Rey Mysterio, if he's not the getting his rematch.
Um, I don't even know to be honest.
There's a lot of people that can go up against him. I say
Yeah,
Kevin Owens though. I say Kevin Owens could be a great first opponent because I think they teased it like right before Crown Jewel.
I
Like
could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I don't even
if
know.
it's not at Survivor Series, then probably be at the Royal Rumble when
Royal
he's losing
Rumble.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would think Survivor Series is one of the big pay per views. You would have him there. But also, you
If
don't want to rush anything. You don't want to just throw his first title defense against anybody.
yeah, exactly. If anything, have the rematch with Ray at Survivor Series. That's
Yeah,
probably the
you could
best
do
bet to
that.
do.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that
I
would make
won't
sense.
mind that. I won't mind a rematch there. Maybe there's where we'll get the fucking Santos turn. Thought it was coming. He showed up. He was the only showed up. I thought he was gonna do it, and
He kind of did though. He kind of did do something. He dropped the brass knuckles on the side. He dropped it.
I didn't
He
want to say it, Nick, but you
yeah
said it.
yeah
Yeah,
he
yeah,
dropped
he
it.
did. Yeah, he
But
did.
they could say like, hey, you put it there. You're the one that reason why I lost the championship. Like, hey, I didn't mean to put it there, but what if he did mean to put it there? Who knows?
So say I didn't do it, Ray. That wasn't what it was meant to be. And then he's gonna do it again. He's gonna say, "Yeah,
That one was
I
meant to be.
cost him
Yeah.
the title."
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. I did
Yeah,
it.
I did
Uh,
it. I'll
because
mess with
you,
that.
if I don't get the championship, you don't get the championship. That's it.
Facts. So
That's
yeah,
it.
they could do that. They could do that at Survivor Series, the rematch, and he again helps Logan.
Yeah. He helps. Yeah, he helps Logan. And I
Yeah,
can't wait to see. I don't really watch his podcast that often. Like I see
yeah.
clips of it,
I'll be real honest with you. I don't watch his
but I think
podcast.
I might want to see it now. I
Ah,
want to see what he does.
I
I
told
might want to
you,
see it.
must see TV now.
Exactly. I just want
Yep.
to see it because I want to see the United States Championship in the corner. And like,
What
yeah,
he's gonna do?
there. I don't know. I feel like for the first couple episodes, he might do like WWE people again.
Yeah.
Like maybe he'll interview. I don't know. Like
Well, we know that's definitely gonna be the place where his first rivalry pops off.
cause I like that. Not gonna lie. I think it was with Roman where he had him on the show, and then that was because like I guess caused the
Yeah.
feud with him. I like something like that because I
Well,
think the way he styles his podcast, he has like I think he does like but just him and his co-hosts then brings on the guests or
yeah,
then brings on the guests then by themselves.
yeah,
Um, so I just like how he took a jab at Roman that one time. Maybe he
yeah.
should do that again.
Well, it's
Like,
kind of
yo,
yeah. I like
it's
how they've
whoever.
been doing that like outside of WWE with the
Yeah,
podcast stuff. Because even with the McAfee Vince
and
thing happened on his podcast, so
yeah,
I like that they do stuff like
and the
that
Adam
because
Cole thing too. But
yeah,
I
because
still think it's real. When I
yeah, because they make you. It makes it must watch because then it's like, damn, I gotta keep up with this show, and not only
yeah
helps WWE but helps the brand also of
yeah
whoever's podcast it is.
exactly exactly. So it's
Yeah,
pretty insane. Like I want to see like I don't know because I don't know who's been on it. I know a lot of people have been on it, but it's like who can you really have that can be like a reasonable opponent to have on to be like, oh, that's should be the next opponent for for Logan Paul. You know, because if you have Kevin Owens, it's like you already know they have beef. Why would he go on the show? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like it couldn't be Kevin Owens. Maybe it'll be somebody else. Like I don't know, LA Knight. You know, they don't really have beef. They don't really cross
You could
paths.
always do Ricochet again.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's such an
Maybe.
easy opt out. Like that's such an easy opt out to do them again.
I mean, like to have him on the podcast, his podcast, to be
Yeah,
like,
to like ramp it up again. Well,
I
you
don't
don't
know.
have him. You have you do it all through storyline. WWE booked an interview with
Ah,
Samantha,
okay,
and then
okay.
Samantha has to come to the podcast because right, that's his girlfriend's name.
Yeah, Samantha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Samantha Rivers.
she has to come because
Y-
WWE booked her to be on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's very smart. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't think of it that
and
way.
then you just have him keep taking jabs at Ricochet the whole episode. But she also gets some limelight. Boom,
Yeah,
there goes the
yeah. Like
storyline.
most of the interview, they're just talking, and he just throws in jabs.
Yeah,
What
just
if he's there? And it's
here
like,
and
nah.
there, like he'll just throw jabs here and there. Or they
Yeah,
could do that too, where he shows up.
yeah. Like maybe like she was texting him on the side, like, yo, you're messing with a girl now. Now it's personal.
Yeah,
I
because
want on this back
they could do a whole thing with that. They got the production to do it. But
for sure. Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Like he just throws jabs at him as the episode is going, and then you got to watch SmackDown. Now you have to watch. You have to tune in to see what happens.
Yeah.
Boom, there you go.
There's no shot they would do Logan versus Gunther, right? There's no shot, right?
That
Maybe, but like,
that would
it could happen, yeah. But like,
that would
you
be
won't think that'll
nice.
happen.
That would be
Yeah,
nice to be honest.
not yet though. That would be like maybe down the line,
Down the line, yeah, down
eventually.
the road, yeah.
But like, that can't happen now. No shot to Logan, but it's like there's no way they could do that soon. But
Nah,
yeah, that'd be insane if they just throw in like a
yeah,
guest
because I
for
think
impulsive.
that's smart. Yeah, that's a smart way of building it up. It helps his brand. It helps your brand. It's like
Might as well.
reality television, and then people that might not watch WWE but watch the podcast might tune in.
Exactly. Like I said, it's making me want to tune into his podcast now. Now that he's champ, it's like shit. It's already great
Exactly.
marketing.
Exactly.
Um, but it's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah, like I'm glad that he won it. It makes sense. Perfect that
No,
he won
yeah,
it.
that was cool that he won.
Kairi Sane. I know we brought up Kairi Sane earlier. That happened too.
That was sick. That was sick. I
Yeah,
don't care what the fuck the crowd wanted to
I was
say
hyped
about
that
it.
it happened.
Yeah, I really thought it was Dakota because I told you, oh shit, Dakota. And then she turned, I was
Similar
like,
hair color.
oh
Similar hair
shit,
color.
no, it's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, they caught me with that shit. I guess that was the point to catch
Yeah,
everybody
maybe I
with
was
it.
thinking the same thing. Yeah, like
But
maybe that
then
was
with the reveal, no one, like,
said anything or did anything.
no, yeah, no one reacted.
The
The
thing
crowd
is
was just like,
too.
oh yeah, cool.
The thing is too is like what I'm hearing is that apparently there's supposed to be like a new faction with Io and Kyrie and supposedly two other people. I don't know who the two other people are, but supposedly there's supposed to be a new faction
I
that
knew
includes them too.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew once Triple H would get in charge, we would have all these fucking little cliques fucking popping up. I knew it. The fucking factions. He loves factions so
Yeah,
much. I fucking knew it. And look at this. Exactly what's happening.
yeah,
LWO pops up all of a sudden. Now Judgment Day. Come on. Now we got all these factions that looking like we in the 90s and shit. Fucking Triple H. I should have known. I should have put money on that shit. But that makes sense to create a faction with them.
yeah. I mean, if they include Oscar and maybe somebody else, that'd be pretty insane to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
but
depending
I'm looking forward to see who's involved because they haven't reported who's involved yet. But maybe I don't know. I'm excited for it.
depending on who's in it, it has potential.
Yeah, because if you saw it on Saturday with Bailey's face, she had no idea that like
Yeah, she was tight about that shit because Io was her girl, or
exactly,
she thought.
exactly. And you saw Io's face too. She was like, she kind of knew it was coming. It was like
Yeah, like
she
she
didn't
told her
react anyway.
about that shit. Yeah, she was like, "What's up?
Yeah, it's like what's up? Yeah,
What's up?
like yeah,
Yeah, I brought
yeah,
homie through. What up?
exactly. I brought her to it. Yeah,
Think you could
pretty.
just
That
bring
was
people back? I could bring people back too. What up?
yeah, yeah. That would have been cool if they brought us somebody else after. That would have been sick. Like similar to how SummerSlam that year
Wasn't Bailey the one that beat down
brought back
Kyrie and we
Io.
never saw her again?
Yeah, I saw something on social media to where like
Yeah,
she
so
attacked her backstage. That was her last appearance, I think. So full circle.
full
Yeah,
circle.
exactly, exactly.
I
Great. That
mean,
makes sense too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they
yeah.
did. That was a good pickup by WWE because that was foul when she left. That was crazy, but that was a good
Exactly.
pickup. Good pickup because I might be jumping the gun, but the announcement that happened yesterday was out of nowhere. Can I just say that?
Which announcement?
The announcement on AEW with
Did I miss
Mariah.
it? Oh, Mariah May. Yes, Mariah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Mariah
was
May.
I was watching that shit with my brother, right? And they just pop up and they're like, "Yeah, AEW's new signing," and then she just pops up on the screen. Tony,
May.
Tony,
Yeah.
hold up, Tony. There's any week to use a big announcement graphic. This week would
Yeah.
have been it, bud. This week would have been it. It was such a random segment that we just looked at each other like, this is how they.
Introduce her.
Okay,
Yeah,
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 like it makes you now like fuck AEW's must see. Like they're not gonna just put up a graphic. This person's all elite. You're gonna have to watch the shows now.
yeah.
Um, So I kind of like that, but I was just like, this was so random. I'm
Yeah, it
like, if
was.
anything, I would have opened the show with that,
Yeah,
just with that
maybe.
little promo, boom, and then go right into the intro. And now that was the big thing that kicked off the show, and then you go right into the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also glad it was random because I was like, it happened at a random point during the show. I'm like, oh, okay. It caught me
Yeah,
by surprise too.
but
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 it,
it was cool because it was like, oh shit, if I wasn't watching, I would
yeah,
have missed this.
exactly.
Even
And
though
I
it wasn't
think,
nothing crazy, but
yeah, I think the plan that they have for Mariah May is to, from what I heard, was that she's supposed to be not feuding. I don't know about feuding, but supposed to be in a program with Tony Storm. They're supposed to have,
serious?
yeah, it's just they're supposed to give her like a whatever timeless Tony Storm is, like that 50s old classic film persona
Oh, okay.
type gimmick. I think it's she's supposed to be like a protege type thing because I didn't read it fully, so I don't know if it was like a feud with her or maybe aligned with her. It would make sense if it were aligned with her.
I mean, it does make sense because that's who they brought up. That he was like, "Oh, I'll introduce you next week."
Yeah, that's what she brought her
So
Tony
it
Storm. She
does
was like,
make
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So it would make sense if they, put them together. I don't know if it's just them two or faction, but I think that'd be dope to pair them together.
These fucking factions. But yeah, that was a cool pickup. I was like, that
Yeah.
was dope. That was
Yeah.
dope. And now they let's see what happens, man.
Yeah. I'm
Let's
excited for
see
that.
what
Very
happens.
excited for that.
What
But
else happened?
it was
You want to? Do
so
you want to talk about the CW
what?
getting a show?
Oh, NXT. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about
How
that news.
how fucking random. The
I
CW.
mean, they were talking about getting a wrestling show at some point. It was
Yeah, cause
mostly NWA, but like it's they got a wrestling show. That's
yeah,
what they wanted. I don't think it's gonna do much for NXT. I think it's gonna be the same thing every week. I don't think they're planning on changing things up.
it's just
But it is what it
random.
is. You know what I mean? They're not changing much.
Yeah, it's just random. The CW, like, I'm sure
Yeah.
you had other options on me. The
I
CW.
mean, I think it was mainly like CW wanting them more than NXT wanting CW, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, but I'm sure you had
Oh
options.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to sign 5 years, you
You
got
know,
that much like love for the CW. Remember what
yeah.
they
I
did to
mean,
Saturday?
I think,
Remember what they did to Saturday Morning Slam?
but yeah, it's not like Saturday Morning Slam though. If I were to take, you know what I mean? I think they should know now how, depending on their ratings, now that NXT is getting a lot of numbers.
Yeah,
It's not like going to be like Saturday Morning Slam. They're actually going to have like a lot of viewers every week.
we'll see, man. We'll see what that does. But yeah, I remember they were talking to NWA. I saw a report a couple months ago that they were talking to Impact.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw today there was a report saying that CW talked to Tony Khan. So they've just been trying to get into wrestling. But still, like, my thing is just the 5 year commitment's crazy. I would have did a year and said, all right, let's see how it does.
yeah.
And then we come back and we'll see what happens.
I think
Cause
they should have done like at tops 3 years. I think 3 years would have been enough.
yeah,
But like I don't know because I don't think it's like yeah it's exciting I guess, but
yeah,
the way I see it, it's like okay they're just switching channels. Nothing's gonna change.
they should have put that shit on UPN. Shout old school UPN baby. Um, and now Raw still doesn't have a home, right?
Yeah, I mean, SmackDown's on USA again,
So
or going to be on USA. So
that's my thing. They're getting SmackDown, but they don't want Raw.
I don't know. I was confused because like if SmackDown's going to USA again,
If
because there was a point where both of them were on USA,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's they get double the
And
shows
now
now.
they're losing NXT, so maybe that's what it is. They can only have 2 shows on USA.
Probably, yeah. They just switch like, hey,
Cause
maybe like
where would Raw go?
they're probably staying.
Think they're gonna go to the CW?
Yeah, so I think they're staying on. I think Raw is staying on CW. Sorry, on USA. SmackDown's staying on USA. Obviously, then
Then
NXT's gone. Because if
WWE.
if if Raw's doing terrible weekly on ratings, they got another show to bounce off of. Be like, hey, at least Friday nights we're doing okay.
Yeah,
So if you combine both the viewings, WWE isn't doing that bad.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that is true.
because like now, in terms of WWE looking, somewhat better if both their shows are getting double the amount. Like, yeah, you NXT was doing fine with that. NXT was probably doing better in terms of ratings, but more
Yeah,
than
that
Raw.
that is a fact. Yeah,
So, but like that was also a big loss. So it's like, shit. I don't know.
yeah.
There's a reason they took in SmackDown too,
My
because if
yeah.
you know what I mean.
Now it makes sense. My thought for Raw is they got the money, they got the
Yeah,
partnership now with TKO. Why are you not on NBC on Monday nights?
yeah,
That's the sister station of USA. Like, you know how much ratings you can get on Channel 4 just by
yeah,
people just clicking it by mistake? You know how
yeah,
many views I've gave Dance with the Stars and shit like that just because I
yeah,
clicked the channel by mistake? But still, you
yeah,
could be on a national platform. That's why when it was like NXT is going to CW, I was like, if anything, if there was someone that was going to a station like that, I thought it would have been Raw, and I thought it would have been NBC because it
yeah,
just makes sense. Like, to block out that on a Monday night on national television for people that don't have to, like, and that's also, you'll get people that don't pay for cable. They just
yeah,
got the they just got the basic channels. Because people that don't got that, they don't got Raw. So you
yeah.
can't count them as your ratings. But if you put on NBC, maybe that 1.2 mil turns into 3 mil or even 2.5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it'll definitely open up the eyes of people. Like, it'll bring it to
Attention.
more eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
just
get it.
think
Yeah.
it's the smartest idea. And they, like I said, they have the money to do it. It's not
Yeah.
like they don't have that or have it to block that out. And I'm sure NBC doesn't get what's on NBC on Monday nights? Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I couldn't even
Yeah.
tell you a show that's on NBC right now at the
I think
moment.
all like the cop shows or something.
Ah, you
Yeah,
could
those
take
cop
that
shows.
out. You can move that to
Yeah.
Tuesday, bud. You could move that to
Yeah.
Tuesday. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure you got more free days, and you
Exactly.
lost. And you lost Thursday night football, so you can't really. You're not really doing nothing there.
Yeah.
So why not WWE, man? Imagine
Exactly.
Raw on NBC.
Yeah, probably big. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be huge. That'd be a big step for wrestling because they'll be like, "Whoa, this is on a national. Like, it's already on a big ass stage, but now this
Yeah.
shit's on weekly, on just Channel 4 on NBC, one of the biggest channels. Come on, what we doing?
Exactly. Exactly. That'll probably be smart. It'll be different. You know what I mean? It's been on USA for what? How long? Over 10 years.
Definitely,
Probably 20 years.
yeah.
Right?
Because they started out on USA,
Yeah.
moved, and then came back.
Yeah.
Cause
So,
I, cause I remember I was around the era that they were moving around.
yeah. So probably 20, 15, 20 years, I would say.
Yeah, I think they
Maybe.
went back to USA like in 07, 08.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Whenever TNA debuted on Spike,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
when cause that's what replaced it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when TNA, cause when Spike lost WWE, it was basically they were just shopping for a wrestler
WWE
to
was on
go.
Spike?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part. All
yeah,
right.
cause they went to TNN.
That makes sense.
They went to TNN like in 2001 or some shit like that. They went to TNN, and then I believe TNN turned into Spike.
Okay.
Like, I think it was TNN for like 2 or 3 years, and then turned to Spike TV, and then they were on Spike TV, and then moved when I want to say like 07, 07, 08. They moved back to USA. Could have been
Okay.
earlier than that, but I think that's when it was. Damn, now I'm gonna look up when TNA
Yeah,
debuted on Spike.
that's gonna be
TNA
stuck in your head now. It's gonna be.
on Spike. Let's see. TNA on Spike debuted. They don't even say. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Damn, what the hell?
What? It's not.
That shit's just giving me the whole history. Like I just want Spike TV 05. Yeah, okay, so they left in 05.
Okay.
They left in 05. Makes sense. Yeah, and
Okay.
then Impact started airing October 1st, 2005. Shout out to TNA, man. But
Another
yeah.
thing that came up, kind of off topic just now.
Say it. Let's
It's
hear
not.
it.
It's not breaking news, but it's news.
Uh-oh.
The bunny is no longer in AEW. Um,
Whoa, why not?
they parted ways.
Okay.
Mutually parted ways. Um,
Okay.
that's all I see. Nothing with the butcher and the blade. Just the bunny.
Alright, cool. I was about to ask that because
Yeah,
okay, damn. That's crazy.
that's a big loss in my opinion. They haven't done much with her.
Yeah, they
They
didn't.
should have done more with her. An OG that should have, like I said, should have done a lot more. I thought she heard entertaining with the butcher and the blade, but I guess they probably had nothing for her.
Yeah,
Um,
when you don't really have anything. I mean, now I think they're gonna start ramping up the women's division. I have a feeling, especially
maybe,
with this new signing.
yeah,
Especially with this new
maybe
signing.
she would have been perfect fit for
It
Tony's little thing, little
yeah.
group if she would have started one.
It looks like Mercedes is out her boot. Um, so you could do a lot because he said
Yeah,
he's had talks with her. So you never know, man. What could happen? There's still a
exactly.
couple free agents out there. Who
Yeah,
knows? But I think they're gonna start ramping up the women's division. Did you see? Can I ask you how you felt about Joe giving up the belt last night?
I think that made sense.
I saw so many people hating on it, and I
I
felt like it
know
made sense.
it did make sense because he's been holding it for what 572 days. I think they said last night,
Yeah.
and he's been killing everybody. So if you want someone like Samoa Joe to,
Thank you, Nick.
in terms of the storyline, wanting to go after the world championship,
Yes.
have him drop it. Because I've also seen people saying that like, oh, he should have lost it to Keith Lee.
Keith
Like
Lee
that
should
would
have
have
just
made
won it.
ex-
No, you want to
oh,
keep him as strong as ever. You want to
exactly.
have him go for that AEW title and look like he can't lose.
Exactly. You want him to look strong. So I
Yeah.
feel like it made sense to have him relinquish because no one had pinned him for it in 572 days. So it made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense. Who do you
No,
think
it
should go
definitely
after it
did.
next? I don't know if you follow Ring of Honor closely, but like,
I don't know, man. I really don't know who they're gonna have go after. I kind of feel like they're gonna make it I hate to say it, like they're gonna give it on a high flyer. They're gonna put it on a high flyer. They have
really?
too many high flying guys in Ring of Honor for them just to keep putting them in multi man matches. They gotta
Yeah,
give
that
one
is
of them
true.
the belt so that they could just run with the division. You know what I mean? Like,
I think as we're recording this, I think Ring of Honor is happening as we speak. So
yeah.
I think they said that they're gonna bring it up during Ring of Honor. So
So let me ask you a question real quick. How how do you feel about Ring of Honor? Because I see a lot of people giving Ring of Honor hate, right? And
I
they're like,
mean,
Tony doesn't know what to do with Ring of Honor, and like the report came out with CW, and he declined.
the him with the CW stuff that was a big loss. Like
I don't think so.
I think that they should have been on television. Do I like it on the Honor Club? Yeah, it's fine where it is, but I think if they wanted it on television, just put it on the television. Um,
I don't think so. I don't think I think not going to CW was a good move because I feel like with Ring of Honor at this moment, we all love Ring of Honor. We know what
yeah,
Ring of Honor was. That's not what Ring of Honor is anymore. That was a whole different era. So he bought
yeah,
this dying company and now he has to try and like plug life back into it. And it's tough when all these people that say Tony doesn't care about Ring of Honor don't even watch the show and
exactly,
they
yeah,
don't care. So he has to wait to try and like build up this thing so that he could try and make you care. For him to put it on CW and bring in low ratings would have made no sense whatsoever.
yeah. I
If
get
they
it.
would
I get it.
announce a Ring of Honor show, right? We love wrestling. We would watch it. How many people are really gonna watch it though? It's not gonna bring in half. like 500,000 views probably.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's he needs to build it up a little more, which he's trying to do.
yeah,
Like it's not like he just has those titles sitting there on people. They're actually defending it and actually doing shows. Now, if it was like at the beginning when he had it where nothing was happening, I would be like,
yeah,
okay. But at least now he's doing the weekly shows. He's putting on pay per views now. He's
yeah,
starting to like sign talent for Ring of Honor. I think it just needs to find its footing. Once
yeah,
Ring of Honor
yeah,
finds its footing, also, this man's running two shows,
yeah.
two companies
Exactly.
by
Plus, don't mean to cut
himself.
you off,
Yeah,
but
go.
Tony Khan did say next week they're gonna update the television championship. So next week we'll find out, not today.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's doing bad right now. I think he's just trying to figure out. Like I said, he's running two different wrestling companies. He doesn't have a staff like WWE. It's not like you could just appoint somebody like a Triple H to NXT. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a staff like that because everybody's working on Dynamite and Collision. So
And
Ring of Honor
Rampage.
and Rampage. So Ring of Honor becomes a like in the back of your mind because right
Yeah,
now you're still trying to figure out AEW. And now you're also getting so much hate on AEW that now he's like, yo, how the fuck do I get the fans to
to care
not
about
trash me?
this.
Yeah, like, so
Yeah,
let me get you to care about this, and then I'll let you care about that. But
exactly,
I can't do
exactly.
both at the same time when it's just one. You know what I mean? Like I said, he doesn't have the staff and the experience of Vince. Vince was able to do that because he ran WWF for 20 years. How long ago did NXT pop up? 2012?
2012. Yeah, yeah.
But like as a TV show it was 2012, right?
It was yeah. That's when they made it developmental.
When
Yeah,
did the first takeover happen?
like maybe 20. Is it 2015? Maybe 2014, 2015.
2014, right? I would say like
Yeah,
2014.
yeah.
How long did he run WWE before that?
Many years before that. Yeah,
Many years before that. And also there was a hiccup when he bought WCW because the whole roster changed. So he
yeah.
has hiccups too, but you gotta learn with them. So Tony having three shows he's gotta worry about and another brand, and you don't got
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
experience or the staff. Of course, one's gonna take a back seat, and of course, it's not gonna be your baby. AEW's his baby. He's not gonna put that
exactly.
on the
That
back
is so.
seat. So he's like, you know what? Let me let you care about this first, but I'm also gonna feature the belts and put them on the show so that when this is okay, you can start caring about this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I also hate that people with the Ring of Honor slander. You gotta let him find his footing. I know people are gonna be like, "You're being too soft on him." Da 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 da. Bro, like I said, Vince ran WWE for so many years before he added more brands. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like he only did SmackDown because Thunder. He would have never done a second show. He only did
exactly.
SmackDown because Thunder was made. So he made Thursday Night SmackDown. And then I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do a Sunday night show. You know what I mean? Which was just jobbers. You didn't really have to plan it out. And then it was
Yeah,
like, all right, cool. Like the indies are running wild. Maybe we should do a developmental. But that was years later. That wasn't in the 90s.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so let the guy find his footing. Stop hating on Ring of Honor. If you really cared that much, watch the fucking shows.
Exactly,
Maybe
exactly,
then they'll get a TV deal.
exactly,
Or you'll
exactly.
be like, wow, the views are going up. Maybe I could shop this around now. Kind
Yeah,
of
makes
tough,
sense.
like going to CW and then you're putting up bad ratings. You know what I mean? It's not CW's not gonna take the fall. You're taking the fall. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
your show. The fuck.
yeah, exactly. That is so true. I mean, I always try to watch it when I can. I mean, it's
Oh
good
yeah,
wrestling. It's still
definitely.
good wrestling, but it's just maybe it's not the wrestling that you wanted to see, but it is what it is.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
why there's something for everyone. You don't have to watch
exactly,
Ring of Honor. You know how
exactly,
you know how many people empty out when they film Ring of Honor? Now they
exactly.
do it before the show though, I heard.
So that yeah, yeah, they did it before the show yesterday, so now
Fucking
you have to watch
smart.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, fucking smart,
yeah,
homie.
let me ask you this, because I know because you brought up NXT developmental. You don't watch NXT now that often.
No.
So there's a specific team that debuted last Monday Night on Raw, the Creed brothers and
Oh
Ivy
yeah, I
Nile.
know the Creed brothers. They
Okay. Okay.
that was
So
they
have
were
you
the
watched them? Have you seen their stuff?
yeah.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, since you already
They're
seen them,
fucking.
but what are
I
your
think
thoughts on
they're
their Raw
sick.
debut?
I think
Yeah.
they're sick. I think that was such a good call up at the perfect time, and now it looks like they care about tag team wrestling because you wouldn't call up a tag team if you're not ready to do anything with them. So I
Yeah.
think we're about to hit a big splash in WWE with tag teams. Um, how's that gonna happen? I don't know because they still have the belts together. So we shall see. But I do know the Creed brothers. Um, I think I was still watching sporadically when they had debuted. So I have seen that, and then I saw, of course, clips, bro, clips
Yeah.
off
They're
social
it's pretty they're
media and
pretty
shit.
fire.
Yeah, they're fucking incredible. Yeah. So
So
I know
like,
a couple people from NXT, but
okay.
again, I'm just never gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Just
get. I get
and
it.
it's like, oh, you're fucking dope. Can't wait for you to get called up.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
attitude now, and it's fine because like it's a lot of wrestling anyway. It's a
Like
lot to
I.
keep up with. So and
Yeah.
there's some shit on NXT I be watching. I'm like I see clips. I'm like, you see, this is why I can't sit and watch a full episode, homie.
Yeah.
But there's also some shit out of AEW too that you be watching. You're like, this is why. Like, what the fuck? This is why people be
Exactly.
talking bad about y'all. But then
Yeah.
again, there's shit on Raw that you watch and you be like, this is why
On
you don't watch
SmackDown, on
these.
Impact,
Yeah,
there's
like you
everything.
be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? So there's always gonna be those type of things in shows. But I've come to the fact like love NXT, love like nothing against the wrestlers. It's just the brand is dead for me. I can't
Yeah.
watch
I
it.
see.
You know what I mean? Like I said, can't wait for them to get called up. I'm watching though, watching the clips. Might not be following the storylines, but I know what's in ring. I know what's happening. I know
Okay.
who's nice. Yeah.
Okay. Because for me, like I didn't mind their call up. It was just I just
Nope.
didn't like the fact that they like the Alpha Academy called out an open challenge, and they answered it on social media that advertised it before Raw.
You had to. You had to.
I mean, yeah, but I still would have preferred it to be a surprise, open
But
challenge instead of
it
something, announced beforehand. Because my reaction would have been a lot different
yeah.
if it would have been a surprise.
But it's smart to do it that way. It's smart to do
Yeah.
it that way. I'm gonna tell you a story of why. So my boy doesn't want that. He doesn't watch NXT at all. Like he don't watch clips. He stopped watching after Cole left. That was it for him. He was like, "Fuck NXT." Cool. He hit me up and he was like, "Yo, this is exactly why social media is important. Who are these guys? Where they're from?" I'm like, "They're from NXT. Are they dope? There you go. You have a couple days now to put people on so that they could also get excited. So when they pop out, they don't get a flat reaction like Kairi
Yeah.
Sane did in Saudi. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it's kind of like helpful for them also because then people are gonna be like, who are these guys? Let me look them up real quick. So it's helpful for them on that side, but also for reaction side, so that you
Yeah.
are hype about it. So if you don't watch NXT like me, or more like my boy that don't watch shit, he don't watch clips, he don't, but he still watches WWE.
Yeah.
He could be excited about it because it's like, all right, you
Yeah.
don't have to watch the whole show, but here's a match, here's a clip. This is who they are. Boom. He was excited for Monday. Now he
Yeah.
loves them.
That is
So
true.
I think that's because I did the same thing when I first saw it. I was like, bro, you should just had them come out. But then when he texted me that and I put him on, I was like, this is why.
Yeah.
Because they know not everybody. Because they know the viewers for Raw are not the same for
Viewers for
NXT.
NXT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NXT has always been that way. It has a die-hard cult like fan base, and they're gonna like it. But now we also gotta introduce it to y'all.
Yeah. That is
You know
true.
what I mean? And also NXT is not where it was as
5 years
in
ago.
when they invaded SmackDown. When they
Yeah,
invaded
yeah,
SmackDown, think about that. That era of NXT was also they just got a TV deal. It was coming off all this hype, so
yeah.
it made sense.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, I still think it was dope. They're 2-0 in the ring, which is pretty insane. They
that
beat
was fire.
DIY and Alpha Academy. That's pretty nuts.
That was fire.
Um,
Such a cool call up.
it is very cool, and I mean, it was about time. Like that, they were a team that was there for like 2+ years, and it's like about time they got called up.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a
like
fact.
it felt like a Carmelo Hayes moment. Like finally, Jesus
Bro, the
Christ!
day Carmelo Hayes gets called up, we're throwing a fucking parade. Like,
I swear to
holy
God, it's gonna be
shit.
like another 3 years if he's down
Oh
there.
my god.
I
You know
hope not,
what?
but like
You know what though? He it's weird to say it would be weird for him not to be on NXT. If you think about it, he is NXT. He is that
yeah,
new brand. He
we could
is
say
that.
that for a lot of people too. But a lot of people that we said that about are not on the main roster. So although it's yeah maybe weird that Carmelo Hayes would leave NXT,
No, yeah.
but he's gonna have to leave NXT
Oh yeah,
eventually.
yeah, yeah. But I just feel like but also I don't watch, so I can't be talking shit. People are gonna be like, "No, there's this guy, this guy." I feel like there's nobody with the star power like Carmelo Hayes right now.
That's what I was gonna
There's
say
no
because
one that
like
sticks out to me like Carmelo sticks out, and he
him and
always
Brock
has.
Breaker. And that I think that's why they're still down there is because like you
Yes.
said, they stick out. And it's like if they leave, who else are we gonna build the brand and be like, oh shit, this person's coming through?
Well,
I
that's
think
why.
that's when they're gonna be like
Yeah.
bring down a couple main roster guys.
Well, have you ever seen when anybody starts to get a little push, they always
Yeah.
gotta go through Carmelo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that's a
true.
rite of passage. He is Mr. NXT right now.
That is
Right
true.
now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
Sami Zayn was Mr. NXT for a little while. Um, Finn was Mr. NXT for a while. Who else? There was a couple other
Gargano.
people. Gargano, Cole. There was a couple Mr. NXTs that was like, all right, if you're getting a little push, we already know who you're feuding with next.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's kind of what Carmelo's doing right now. So that's why I say it would be weird not to see him there because he is such a big part of that show.
yeah.
But there comes a time you gotta move on, man. And I
Exactly.
think he would do incredible.
He would. He would. I can't wait for that moment to come too, because it's like it has to happen soon. Whether you hate it or not,
Yeah,
it's
cause
gonna have to be in the main roster at
cause,
some point.
cause listen, people talking about, yo, there's dream matches.
Yeah.
Listen, Will Ospreay and Carmelo Hayes could put on a fucking show. I think.
Yo,
Fuck,
yeah.
fuck Will Ospreay and Rollins, cause Rollins is slow as shit now. Fuck Will Ospreay versus anybody. I need Will Ospreay versus Carmelo Hayes.
That'd be insane. That'd be an insane match.
I don't care what
Not gonna
anybody
lie.
says. That is the match to make. That's fire.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna put Osprey in charge of NXT Europe, you can always do a crossover show where the NXTs go against each other, and you can make it happen.
Yeah. Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
A lot of sense.
he is that guy. There's another guy that bringing it back now to yesterday. Garcia had his coming out party as the future of pro wrestling. We've
Yeah.
known it for a little bit, but it finally happened. The match with MJF, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 10 minutes, but still, the
I wish it
fan.
was longer though. I kind of wish it was longer. A little bit longer.
It was just a taste, Nick,
Yeah.
because it's gonna happen down the road. Um, but yeah, I was watching that match. I was like, yeah, if you watch that, you don't think Garcia's gonna do anything in this business, you're crazy.
Exactly. Last
And
night he was the pro wrestler, not the entertainer.
and
He was
then
a pro wrestler last night.
and also the shaking of the hand, the turning babyface is gonna happen.
It's happening slowly. It's getting there.
He's gonna come back with his kick pads and tights. Trust me,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Exactly. Um,
What
you
do
know
you
what else
think?
was big that happened this week? Not the biggest news, but I was like, oh shit.
What's
Julia from New Japan had interest from WWE.
yes?
Um, that's pretty big.
That's another
Uh,
big free agent. Hold on, I gotta get my charger real quick.
yeah, no problem. Yeah. So Julia from New Japan, one of the biggest, if not the biggest woman name in Japan, now all of a sudden getting interest from WWE is insane because a lot of people were saying that I think AEW had a lot of interest in her. So you can hear me, right? Through your headphones.
No, I hear you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but she's gotten interest from everywhere. But it's
yeah.
dope that WWE showing some interest because, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, that was like, please don't do a war games with the women because your roster's not that deep anymore.
It's going to be
That
like
would be
that.
a good pickup. That would be a good pickup.
If they sign Julia, then they got Jade Cargill and Julia to amp up their women's division on the main roster. You know what I mean? You got more star power. You got more women who want more TV time to try to get more TV time.
Yep.
Instead of getting pushed back down to NXT. So there goes the competition in the locker room right there of who needs to get on TV the most. So I'm loving this. You know what I mean? It's
No,
great that
definitely.
Julia gained interest. I don't know if she did put pen to paper. I don't know that for sure. But if she did, that's pretty insane. And I hope she does because that amp up the women's division there. Yeah, AEW could use
Definitely.
her
Yeah.
too, but you know, she's a win-win for either company, to be honest.
Anywhere she goes.
Yeah. Even if she goes to TNA, which would be
I was
pretty
just
sick.
gonna say we not even
Yeah.
talking about them, but
Yeah.
they're in play now.
Exactly.
Well, they've always
Exactly.
been in play, but now with
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
new big rebranding, I think they're in play most
They
definitely.
have they have all this energy behind them now to be like, okay, now we're also in the free agent market for people to land whenever they become free agents. So they're up there too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's a fact.
So
No,
I'm excited to see where she goes.
nah, yeah, that was a big one. That I wonder if she did put pen to paper, but we'll find out soon if she did.
If Julia did sign with WWE, right? I feel like she should be like a surprise instead of like, yeah, I do think she deserves like a Jade type of treatment,
She'll
but
be a
like
mania. She'll be a mania announcement.
probably or like a surprise to be like, oh shit. But would people be like, who the like? Would they know her right away, or like would they be like, who is
You gotta
who
do
is
the
this?
old you gotta do the old school in the crowd.
Like NXT used to do
Uh
like,
huh.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's how you gotta do it. That's why I'm saying WrestleMania weekend. If you gotta put her on NXT, that's the show to do it at. Just have her in the crowd
probably,
chilling.
or have her do like something where like she appears on all three shows like Jade is doing, but you don't want to do that twice with
Yeah.
two different women, or they can,
Yeah, you
but
put on all three shows and we still don't know what's going on with her.
yeah,
But
but
she
we
might
shall
be
see if
coming up.
she's actually put pen to paper. We don't know that yet.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see.
Nah, yeah, that's good. It makes a lot of things interesting now.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Oh
Like
my
they're
god,
gonna
imagine
ramp
she
it up.
signs.
That'd be crazy, bro.
But they also, I mean, AEW's women's division is getting a little bit
But that's
better
what I'm
too.
saying. They might be in play also and be up there with WWE. You know what I mean? Like
Like if they sign Monet, if
that's what I'm
they're building
saying.
up their younger talent, so they're up there. You know what I mean? They
I'm
can. Like longevity wise, I think
yeah.
AEW has a good roster.
Yo, not gonna lie, AEW's been doing a lot more with the women. I feel.
I mean, me too. Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole. I think for me, it's Timeless Tony, and then the whole thing going on with Chris Statlander and Julia Hart, and then all the people that are involved in that storyline.
Julia's winning that belt, by the way,
Of course, yeah. That
with
the
the
rematch
help
should
of
happen at
Sky.
Full Gear.
With the help of Sky.
You
You
think
think
she's joining her?
you think it happens at Full Gear? I think they wait till cause Full Gear's right there. Yeah, it would make sense.
It's right there. I mean,
It would
I
make
think
sense.
I thought it should have happened at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
You
Nah,
know,
they
but
smoothed that up. Yeah, I think Sky right now is just playing the role.
of like
But
not on her side,
yeah, but I think she's gonna cost Chris the belt.
kind of yeah, because she does still have the eyeshadow stuff. So
She did
that's
throw
giving it
ice at
away
her,
from me.
but exactly.
But the thing is, though, is like Statlander is also from Long Island. You know, she would probably be best to walk in as champion.
Nah,
But
what?
we'll talk about the predictions if there are matches on it because it's next
Yeah,
week Full Gear.
yeah.
Um, so, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I love Statlander, but it's like it's Julia Hart, man. They're building her up like crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The storyline.
Well, she's held the belt for a while now,
Yeah,
since Double or Nothing,
since Double or Nothing. Yeah, a couple months.
since May, my guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, if she loses it, it's alright.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I'm not expecting it to go crazy with the title
Maybe
reign.
maybe they have her lose at Full Gear
Gets it back.
rematch. Nah, loses at Long Island, but rematch in Long Island.
Rematch. Okay, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
then because I don't, I love whatever happens to Statlander. Don't want to sound like I'm hating, but like if they're doing something big with MJF, you don't have to have every Long Island person go crazy in that show. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, but she'll
Like
use.
you had New York Grand Slam a couple weeks ago. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but nah,
I'm pretty sure they're probably
she'll
gonna be doing
lose the
another
rematch
Dynamite.
though. She would lose the
Yeah,
rematch. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. She could lose
she'll
the rematch.
yeah she'll get the match at Long Island, so it gives you hope that she's gonna win, but she loses that shit.
Yeah. Plus, they do a UBS Arena show every single May or June, April.
Yeah,
So if anything, put her on there. You know what I
but
mean?
this is real Long Island. This is the real Long
Yeah,
Island.
that's Nassau, Long Island.
UBS is
That's
like on that's borderline Queens, bud.
yeah, yeah.
This is
That is
like
true.
this is classic Long Island.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That is true. It
Nassau,
is closer.
Nicosia.
UBS is closer.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if like Julia Hart does beat Chris Statlander because she deserves that shit.
yeah.
That's the only thing that's questioning me right now is the World's End show on Long Island. Like, would you risk it and be like, let's wait,
I would have her lose
till
it
Long
at
Island?
World's End.
Yeah, I mean it's an extra month or so, but
Yeah,
I would
cause you
Julia
still
Hart's been built up so well to be like she could win it at Full Gear, and there would be no big issue with me personally. Like
oh no
she
problem at
deserves
all.
that.
No problem at all with me.
Yeah, it's just I feel like that's where the
World's
sense
End
of
comes into
direction.
play. Yeah, World's End.
Yeah,
World's End
maybe
comes
they'll
into play.
wait to have Statlander walk into Long Island as champion to have that home crowd feeling, or do you want the crowd to be like, let's wait to see till Long Island to be like, will she win the title back?
Yeah,
Something around
exactly.
that sense. But I feel like it'll make sense to have her, lose it beforehand.
What do you think is gonna happen at World's End? What do you think happens with the title?
World title?
Yeah, cause he's gonna
Probably,
cause he fights Jay White at Full Gear, but
yeah.
he has so many people coming to him. Are you with me on the same boat as a multi-man match?
I mean, you already have the Omega match, right? So, I mean, as great as it was, they already had that match. What's Omega's excuse to want a rematch?
No,
He already had his chance.
I'm saying multi-man.
Like, yeah, with him included, and then Samoa Joe, Wardlow, and
Yeah,
all of
but
them.
I would just have Fatal Four Way. I would have MJF, Joe, Wardlow, Jay White.
Okay, yeah, that would
You
make
know,
more sense.
yeah, I would
That
have
would make more
just a
sense.
Fatal Four Way.
That would make more sense. You know what I
Cause
mean? Because then it
now you
gives,
have everybody that has beef with him.
yeah, and it makes more sense. Like if you have, the MJF, 2 days prior to his contract expiring, you know, to be like, oh, it gives, the other three members a chance to win it. If Jay White gets his rematch, he could potentially take it off, and Warlow could be a future world champion. Samoa Joe, they'll build up perfectly to take that title off him too. So if that match happens, then it's really up in the air on who wins that match.
Yeah,
So it makes sense to potentially walk off MJF with losing his title or not.
I think
It
if you
makes
try to
sense.
go, I think if you try to go mega heel with Wardlow, you have Wardlow win.
Pin him cleanly.
Well, not clean. You never really clean in a Fatal Four Way, but like
I mean, they're just like what I would
maybe
do.
maybe the devil distracts him. Maybe something happens and Wardlow gets the upper hand and just pins him 1, 2, 3 to the
Yeah,
mat.
let's say let's say if at
Think
World's
think
End it
about
is.
think about that. Wardlow beating MJF for the belt in the main event in a Long Island show.
I feel like if Wardlow is going for the belt at World's End, right? It'll be pretty insane if you're trying to do a heelish move with Wardlow. I would do the same finish. It doesn't have to be a quick match, but same finish as Double or Nothing last year. Have him hit a couple of power bombs, 1, 2, 3, done.
Nah, I think he
Like,
cheats to win.
nah. I think it'll be fair. I still think it'll be a big a heel heat if he does it. A couple power bombs.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I don't think so, Nick.
It'll piss the crowd off. It'll be like,
I
shit, he dead ass beat MJF
I think
with a
if
couple of
he
power bombs.
I think if he hits MJF with the ring and then hits a bunch of
Ooh,
power bombs and then pins him, that's a way to go.
damn.
I need it to be clean but not clean. Like a clean 1, 2, 3, but it has to be some shenanigans behind it. And I think like with the ring would cause a little bit of heat, and then for
Yeah,
him just to hit 4 or 5 power bombs would get that place crazy, with the
yeah,
booze pouring down. And when he pins in 1, 2, 3, and he takes the belt and raises it, there you go. You got your mega heel.
yeah.
Think about it.
That'd
There's
be,
no mega heel right now. MJF was it, not anymore.
yeah,
You
not
don't
anymore.
have one. You gotta
Yeah,
create one, bud. Where
exactly. I think that's a great way to
where you
keep.
at?
That's a great way to keep Wardlow around too if you just give him the belt.
Yeah.
Because
And think
I also think that he's also next, if anything. Because
well,
I don't want to change topics or anything. Because I was thinking about this, I wasn't sure if I was going to wait till next week to talk about it, but I'll probably bring it up next week. I think because the reason why they gave Ricky Starks and Big Bill the tag belts is because they didn't want Ricky to leave.
well,
That's my opinion.
I think they gave him the belt because he was supposed to get the belt off of CM Punk, and they were gonna create a whole new belt. But since they couldn't do that, the best they could do was tag titles. Plus, this guy was injured, so they were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna give you the belt."
I mean, either way, but like
Not the
I feel
best,
like
but
I
this
feel
is what we could do.
you know, I think they could have taken out the TNT belt for Ricky Starks because he was in that little mix with Christian Cage.
Nah, you need that belt on Christian, man. You need that belt on Christian.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
why.
know.
That's why Ricky hasn't gotten it, bro. Because you need that belt on Christian right now, especially
Yeah,
with Edge pulling up. Come on,
yeah, yeah.
because it looks
That is
like
true.
that's where everything is going. Looks like
Most likely, yeah.
looks like we get an Edge and Christian. I want to say at World's End 1-on-1.
Probably, yeah. That's probably the match. That's
Yeah,
probably the match for the TNT title. Maybe.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
like I
that's
can see that
why,
happening.
and that's why they couldn't take it off of him.
Yeah. Damn, that is true.
But I
That
do
is.
think if Edge gets the title, Ricky's the one that takes it off of him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But I think that whole tag team thing. I don't know. I thought. I mean, yeah, the CM Punk thing
I'm telling you,
probably was the reason, but I also
that's
think
what
that
it
like
was, bro. Because they were gonna main event All Out for the real world champion, and I think Starks was gonna beat him because Punk was gonna go do something with MJF.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't know. I just think because I remember that around that time, Jay Cargill, I think I just signed with WWE, so it was like maybe we should keep Ricky Starks before we lose somebody else that
no,
big.
I think Ricky's contract's not up yet.
I know, but like he
Oh, he's
because
definitely leaving.
yeah, he's definitely leaving. So like let's just give him a title before he goes. Because I agree with you. I don't think he's staying there.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
do
so
not
either.
think so.
I
You can
I
try to convince me otherwise. I don't think he's staying there.
I'll be real honest with you. He should, but he won't.
Yeah, probably won't. He knows what's best for him. He knows what's best for him.
I don't know, bud. When those, I think he's blinded by the lights right now. In my opinion, I feel if he makes that move, it's gonna be real tough for him.
I don't know,
Think
but
about all the young talent they have,
and
right?
I think honestly,
He's not
this might
homegrown, so they could care less.
this might
Jade,
be a hot take,
what's
but
up?
I think Ricky Starks is better than most of their homegrown talent in WWE. So if people are saying, "Oh, he's gonna get lost in the shuffle," I don't think he's getting lost anywhere. I think he'll be just fine because, like I said, I think he's better than a lot of them.
I know. I think he's a.
Not taking shots at them, but like I'm saying, he's better than a lot of them. He's already like they're here, he's here, so he doesn't need that much development
No,
to go to the main roster.
he doesn't.
So he's not a Brian Pillman Jr. who's kind of like he needs a lot of work. He's already proven himself already in AEW. Just they don't do shit with him
Yeah,
because they don't know what to do with him. So he's got everything. He's got the tool. He's got the package. He's the full package.
yeah,
Just needs a little bit more exposure, but he doesn't get much. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I
So
thought he was gonna be the one to take the belt off of MJF. We've talked about that. I've said that multiple times. Um, but yeah, he's definitely leaving. But I do think he's gonna get lost in the shuffle because he's not a homegrown talent.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know
Because if we didn't build you, why the fuck do we care?
exactly, but I think Triple H should be
And
okay with him.
he's not like he's not coming in as like a mover of merch and shit. You know what I mean? Like he's not
Maybe
hot.
we don't know that.
Right now
You
he's not
know,
a. You ever when you go to shows? How many Ricky Starks shirts do you see? You could probably count them on your hand.
but I think their merch is completely different from AEW because they release like one merch for every person like once in a blue moon, unless
Yeah.
they're trending somehow.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll
I.
figure it out.
No. Yeah. I get that, but I'm saying, what the hell? My camera just cut off.
Ooh, I don't see you.
You don't see me?
No.
What the hell? Okay. Well, we'll just finish the episode like this.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. You're
I
good.
just think that like unless like he doesn't have a big name, like a big like MJF is a big name. He's moving tickets. He's moving merch. Like they know they could do something with him. They know
Yeah.
it's not a risk. Ricky, they might look at as a risk. I mean, we don't
Mm,
see it that way, but they might look at it that way. Also, they have all this talent over there that's like they would probably put a homegrown talent over him.
maybe.
I know
I mean,
Theory
I don't.
would get a shot more than him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then everybody would just say the same thing. You're a mini rock. You're a mini rock. The same shit that everybody says to LA Knight. But will he
Yeah.
pop off like LA Knight? LA Knight just got lucky that the fans loved him, right?
Yeah.
Think
Because the
about it. Was
thing,
anybody talking about him? And there was a little talk about him in NWA. NWA. There wasn't like full on support. People weren't watching the fucking shows.
I think WWE fans, if they hear that you're great on the mic, they may just be fans of you regardless. You could be, you know, Akira Tozawa is getting big and he's doing stuff with Alpha Academy. You know what I mean? It's just the little things that WWE fans can get behind that can make you have a big following. If Ricky
No, it
Starks goes
makes
to
sense.
WWE and he does something that gets the fans behind him, he can be a big thing like an LA Knight right now to be have a huge mass following in the company. So
Definitely. But will
I
they
do
do it
think,
because he's a smaller guy? Will they do it? That's the question. It's not.
I mean, it doesn't have to
It's
be
not
like I
that he
think,
won't pop off. It's will they go ahead with it? Look at the difference between LA Knight and Ricky Starks.
yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I mean? There's a difference. Everybody knows there's a difference.
yeah, that is true. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they if they book him right, he could definitely be big and
No,
know how to
definitely,
handle him.
most definitely, because this is coming. I love Ricky Starks. I
Yeah,
think, I think, um, AEW has a lot of the future fucking like
stars.
megastars that we're gonna
Yeah,
see in the next couple of years. I just that's the question. Should they stay or should they go? Is my opportunity here better than it is over there?
it's also the money too. The money is also the big thing.
Yeah.
They made us get,
Well,
pay me more. Cool.
some people are there for the money. Some people aren't. Some people could care less about that. They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm making a living. Like, that's not bad pay." Some people aren't looking for like crazy amounts. People just want that opportunity of being on WWE TV.
yeah,
And also, AEW is giving out fucking crazy ass contracts. So who
I know,
knows what the fuck their contracts be looking like?
I know.
But yeah, it's one of those things that they gotta just option out. Is this a better move for me? Like
Yeah,
kind of like with a Jade. She did the undefeated thing. What else was she gonna do there?
exactly.
Nothing. She had to leave. Kind of like Goldberg when he lost his streak. What happened to him? No one talks about Goldberg in '99 and 2000. Come on.
Yeah,
After the
yeah,
streak, Goldberg goes silent, but he really did it. That nigga had a whole career.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
so, she did the right thing. But again, with Ricky, he got to weigh out his options, and everybody else that their contract comes up that other companies show interest.
exactly, exactly.
But we
Yeah,
shall see, man. Like we said, when Cody moved, he wasn't the first to leave or move, he's not gonna be the last.
Exactly. That is so true.
And that's
That
on
is so
both
true.
sides too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is true.
Cause look at Edge, that shit just happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like we said, there's gonna be a bunch of that throughout the years.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Maybe all
Of course.
forever, to be
It's,
honest.
yeah.
If
For a long time, honestly.
both companies stay afloat, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not both companies. If AEW keeps doing what they're doing and staying like not at the same level, but like kind of close to it with storylines and production wise, they're gonna be around for years.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
shit like that's gonna happen all the time, coming in and out.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have anything
I
else.
mean, I have a black screen, so yeah.
Yeah, we can't see you, but yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what
Let's talk
happened.
about that for 5 minutes. No, no.
Yeah, I don't know what
Uh,
the hell that happened.
I don't know what happened.
My
Probably technical
computer
difficulties.
froze for like 5 minutes, but like I kept hearing you, so I just talked back.
I
And then when
froze.
my computer froze, but I kept
Ah,
hearing you, and I was like, okay, cool. So it's just my screen, because everything else on my computer was working. I was scrolling around trying to make sure just the screen didn't freeze, but it was just
yeah.
like my Chrome. So I was like, all right, he'll be all right. But then when I came back, I had no camera. So yeah,
Oh man. Oh
we shall
man.
see what happened. See
You
my
probably
mic,
minimized it.
my
I
mic
don't know.
last week, my camera this
Yeah.
week. I just fucking
What's
can't get
next week?
anything right. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be a solo episode of me with my black screen. I'm be like, this is my predictions, man.
We're just gonna hear you and not see you. Oh, we talked about John Cena in the beginning. Now we can't see you either. Jesus Christ.
that
Yeah.
was for me talking shit about you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He was like, "No, you're not gonna see you at the end of the episode." Yeah. But yeah, we could just wrap it up there. Of course, episode 139, the Ring Fanatics podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm Nick as always. With me as always is my I'm gonna point anyways. Joel.
I'm still here,
uh,
baby.
yeah, he's still here.
Yes, sir.
But he will be here next week, hopefully, without any technical difficulties.
Oh
But
hell yeah, we'll be back,
yeah.
baby.
But we will next week we should be doing full year predictions. Next week from Sunday is full year, so we should be
Wait,
doing full year.
Is it Sunday or Saturday pay per view? Isn't it a Saturday?
I
Saturday night?
thought it was a Sunday. I could have sworn it was a Sunday. I'll double check after this because I thought it was a
Yeah,
Sunday the
but
entire
I
time.
do know it's next week though.
I think Survivor Series is on Saturday, the following Saturday. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. They go flat back and forth. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but should be next weekend anyways.
Not yet. The 18th is a Saturday. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh wow,
Fuck
I didn't
you,
know that.
Saturday.
Oh, I guess we're watching on
The more
Saturday.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll do predictions next week for that, and Survivor Series predictions the the week after. So
Yep.
stay tuned for those episodes. Again, I am Nick, your host. With me is Joel, and we will see you guys next time.
Catch you.